Welcome back, guys. Man, I really need a shower. I think you're really lucky that you can't smell me through your phone or your computer because I smell terrible. It's been really hot in Seoul lately, and I'm sweating way too hard over it. Anyways, I hope you guys are staying cool if you're in Korea or anywhere that's hot, because it's just terribly hot lately. As my subscribers know, I recently came back from Japan, and I thought it'd be a little bit interesting to kind of culture compare. Oh, come on. Now, I don't think 4 days is quite enough to really be able to truly understand the culture. To be honest, I think it's impossible. But I would like to point out some things that I noticed that are very different from Japan and Korea. Okay, let's start with food. I mean, the Japanese food was it was delicious to me. But the thing is, I find most food really delicious, so I'm not really a good food critic. But I will tell you this one big difference that I noticed. Everything was very delicate, and it was visually appetizing. I think the Japanese seem to really care about the food presentation, and it makes the experience more enjoyable. The one thing I did notice that was kind of missing for me is banchan. For you non-Koreans, banchan means side dishes. The thing that I mostly love about Korean cuisine is banchan. You always have a really large variety of small side dishes to eat with your food. I think it's just a great way to really enhance the flavor of whatever you're eating. So I do say I did miss that a lot once I was in Japan. But visually, Japan wins. But when it comes to flavor, Korea definitely wins to me. Oh, actually, I think I actually kept my ticket for this. Okay, I know you guys probably don't want to hear about this. I did want to slightly talk about transportation. So that was the very first transportation ticket that I bought. This is the train ticket. And it was only about a 20-minute train ride, and it was $4. Now, I know you're wondering, why are you complaining about that? Well, actually, it gets a lot more expensive than just $4. I noticed that one-way ticket, depending on how far you go, can be anywhere from $4 to $10. And realistically, that's kind of insane. I honestly think that's really expensive. Especially if you're visiting a new country and you want to travel to a lot of places, it's just extremely overpriced. I actually ended up taking a taxi for about, it was like a 5-minute taxi ride, ended up being $15. Look, I'm not a super rich guy, so spending $15 or $10 for a one-way trip is too much. I know that in Korea, here in Seoul, for $2, you can realistically get pretty freaking far. And I've never in my life had to spend so much on transportation. So this is one of those things that really kind of irritated me a little bit. But to be fair, the transportations were really clean and they were really quiet and they were always on time. So that is a plus. But is it worth $10 one way? It's definitely not worth $10 one way. Another thing that I noticed is that it is extremely quiet in Japan. Like really quiet. Every single place you go. The hotels, the restaurants, public transportation, the streets, it's just dead silence. It's not that I don't really like that, but to me, it feels like I had to be extremely careful all the time, everywhere you go. But you know, I was genuinely kind of worried to talk out loud because I didn't want to seem disrespectful to the culture of Japan. Here in Korea, it's kind of similar, but you can be just a little bit loud. You can talk out loud and the voice level that I'm using now, and people are not gonna really care. But in Japan, it's like, shh, you have to be really quiet. One thing I noticed about Japan that I think Seoul could maybe adapt is how clean it is. Honestly, did not see trash anywhere at all. Zero. And you know, that's the one thing that I think Japan kind of has over Korea. So it would be nice to see Korea to be just a little bit more clean. But Korea is not dirty, but it can be cleaner, and I think that's fair to say. I think that's fair. After my 4-day trip in Japan, I honestly miss Korea a lot because I was really walking in eggshells when it came to my voice level. I missed the simple Korean food with the panchans. I missed the cheap transportation. And yeah, I was honestly really happy to go back. Now again, is 4 days enough to compare cultures? Definitely not long enough. But these are just some of the small differences that I noticed. Anyways, that's it, you guys. Sorry, today's video is kind of short. It's really hot. I was filming all day with Mickey. I don't know why I'm saying that. That's not really important to the video. But I'll be back with more content in the next 2 days. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being patient. Please stay cool because it is hot outside. And I hope you will have a wonderful day. Bye.